How'd it do, everyone? So, I'm more. Everyone knows that watches this channel. We're more POE people. But since POE is not going to be dropping for a little bit, I found this game called Captain of Industry, and it really scratches the automation itch that I love from like Foundry and Satisfactory. It's just like a little bit different bit of it. It's like a adjacent city builder, but mainly automation. I love this game. I've been just so addicted since I found it like a few days ago, and I can't stop playing it. It's a problem. It's a big problem. So I just wanted to go over kind of my first little shot at this. This is world number two because I learned so much at the beginning from the first one. I wanted to restart and do things a bit differently, and I'm sure that I'll restart this one and do another run through of things that I learned from this one because I've gotten a lot further on this one. So I'm gonna put this to Reddit just to show people because I know people enjoy like sharing what they build. This is our this is like the beginning island, kind of the balanced island, I guess. And so we have a couple of cargo docks. I understand how this one works with the fluid modules, but I'm not sure how the loose module one works. And I don't know how to get another cargo ship. I don't really understand how all that works. But the coastline's pretty rigid. And so in order to get the third dock, I have to expand out here. So we're doing a bunch of fill order here. And unfortunately, we still have the base level trucks. So it's taking a it's taking a while. We've done a bit of exploring. I currently my vehicles are extremely busy, and so I'm having to make a whole bunch of them because nobody can do deliver orders. So all of my ore sorters are backed up currently. I had to stop dumping in these specific areas, right? Like, because I didn't know what to do with all the extra stuff. So I was just filling dump sites like right next to my ore sorters. But I don't know. This is currently the way my brain works in this game. So we have our population here, waste with burners. We have our irrigated farms, and they're doing a crop rotation of potatoes and vegetables. And then all those are auto sorted into storage containers. And then they get brought over to the food market. And then we obviously have our water facility and a transformer for some extra unity. As you can see right here, we have a ton of unity right now, which I don't really know what to do with at the moment. And so the current issue right now is filling orders. Like this thing needs wood, but it can't get wood, and I don't know how to get it there just yet. So I'm hoping that by building more trucks, we can start filling orders, right? And then once this excavation, because I need all this land flattened so I can start doing my salt production, because I can't do any of the bigger trucks without glass, and I have to have salt for glass. And this stuff produces salt at a snail's pace, so I have to expand the salt production. As you can see, like these have been ordered for deconstruction for a while now, right? And I don't have any trucks to fill it, so we got to make more. Um, Here's our sea pump. We have a brine disposal that still needs to be deconstructed because the brine is just being created here and then turned into salt. And then we have our normal waste dump, which I kind of had my own issues with that. Little pure waste dump here. Our research facility. And then this is where all of our loose storage is so that we can just, as efficiently as my mind can think of, I thought, well, let's just do a trunk line, right? Like a main trunk line. We have our iron. Let's see, we got some sand, copper, and then we have coal back here. We still have a lot of coal to get through. And then all that is being fed together along with the fuel line all the way down into a centralized storage area. And we're finally making sulfur as well. And then from there, it expands all throughout here, right? So we have this little area producing iron plates and tier 1 construction. And then this is also producing that sort of stuff. We got iron plates here. And then those are being fed over here to make mechanical parts and vehicle parts, which those are being fed directly into the maintenance depot, which this is going to get out of control because we're having to make a bunch more vehicles. And then the T1 parts are also being fed to make T2 parts. And then up here, we ran a bunch of oil and gas and copper refinement for our electronic parts. And then we have backup storage for the rubber and all that good stuff. Each one of these things has its own like main unit. And then I just have to manually set to get rid of the slag. And then that slag goes into here. I was able to make a brick while utilizing slag and rock that I was otherwise just dumping. And now I can make that stuff to make my T1 parts. Right? And then we have our concrete, little concrete factory here. And it's all kind of being fed into a loop and to the end result as a storage facility, which the trucks can then fill or import or export orders and handle all that business from there. And then right here we have our steel facility, and all that plus the T2 parts are being fed to our T3 assemblers into our T3 parts. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. This is the beginnings of my glass making facility. However, I can't do anything until I get salt production in line. And so it's just been kind of a nightmare getting the port extension built, leveling this whole land bit out, and finding a use for all this wood. Because I have so much wood, it's laughable. And not only that, but just filling the orders. So it's going to end up being where I just need to make more trucks, which means I'm going to need more depots, or at least maintenance production, which this single building seems to be doing just fine. This T2 building seems to have been well, actually, I think this is a T1 building. This T1 building has serviced everything. So it's actually been very nice. And then we have our oil field. And we were using a bunch of diesel generators. Now we are running the second tier of diesel generator. And then I got rid of the basic distiller because it used more coal than a single boiler. And so now we just have the boiler set up that's running high pressure steam to each of our distillation and our all four of our distillation plants, both the T1 and the T2. And then I have flares connected to each of these, but the flares are flaring more than the input into the tank. So I think I might have messed up on that. I know eventually I'm going to find a use for light oil and heavy oil and probably some of this medium, besides what we have here. So I was like, hey, let's do some storage and then we'll just flare off the excess. Yeah, that's not really a thing because the flare does way more than the excess. so it ends up just depleting the tank entirely. But in any event, I can always just pause these when I need to, and then refill them, and then move them down the supply chain to whatever consumes that particular resource later on down the line. And then we have the sour gas operation, which is currently making our sulfur. I don't really know what to do with the ammonia, but like I said, I'm sure there'll be something down the line. And this is perfect because it takes 36. Both of these plants produce 36 combined, so this is working very efficiently. And we're producing more fuel than we were with two basic distillers. And this sets us up for the next tier of research. So I guess I'm kind of in the process of phasing out some stuff from the beginning, and then in lieu of more, more advanced stuff. And then we just have various lines being run to fuel stations and fuel storage tanks and stuff like that. And instead of trucks going and constantly refilling these tanks, I opted to just run piping all the way through. And then we have a very mild setup for the flywheel, some power generators, high pressure turbines, and a boiler, which is also taking coal. But this setup is not working currently because I got rid of it. Now that we are doing this whole thingamajig, this little project was mainly for the goal itself. So I probably don't even need these water pumps. I don't need as many as I have right now because they're pretty over capacity at the moment. I'm probably going to get rid of this and then do like another little generator setup when I need more power. But currently our power needs are met. And I'm not even 100% sure this is set up correctly. It was a little confusing, if I'm being honest. But realistically, all of this can pretty much go away. And this pump can honestly, all this stuff can just be gone because we don't really need it at the moment. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. I don't. As far as our research goes, we've done quite a bit. We're at the point where we can do the second tier of research lab. However, I don't want to do anything here until I have factories for everything here. And then I'll start the next tier of research. So this is kind of my setup right now. We have the next expansion of pump jacks because we're getting a bit low on our oil reserve in these little spots right here. At least that's what it says. I mean, that's what it looks like. Unfortunately, on this island, there's only like 2 oil patches. And even on the like little adjacent islands, there's no other patches, so we don't really have like a lot of oil. So we're gonna have to figure out some other means of power or power production later on down the line, and I'm hoping that there is some stuff. I've tried my best not to look too much at the tech tree to not spoil anything. So yeah. And then we're kind of slowly exploring stuff here and there. I'm hoping to find like we found an oil rig. And well, that's not an oil rig. I don't remember where the oil, but we did find an oil rig, which is why this guy's full up on stuff. And so that can be a possible outlet for when we run out of oil on our land. We can just start importing it from these little cargo ships. And hopefully that'll do us. And yeah, this this game is so addicting. I can't stop. It's like I cannot stop playing this game. And I don't I'm not I'm not 100% satisfied with the way I've laid everything out. I don't think it's very efficient. But for my first real playthrough, I think it makes sense. It's a lot of spaghettification. And so I don't really know where to go from here. So essentially, I just expand to a new area, and then run the lines that I need to in that area, and then make sure that these all have production, and there's we're not low on anything, even though currently we're extremely low on construction stuff for T1, which eventually will sort itself out as soon as I can get a truck to fill this wood order, for crying out loud. I don't know why it's not doing it. Because I have it set to keep full if under a certain amount. So you know, eventually they'll do it. I think I just need more trucks. So yeah, that's the introduction to my island. If anyone has any comments or suggestions, I would love to hear them. I'm certainly interested in doing the trains, but they require a lot of stuff. And honestly, I'm not even there yet. I'm not even close to being there yet. And currently, I think the main trunk line that I have set up with all of my raw material is doing the job quite well. And hopefully that continues to be the case, because it's going to require a lot of steel to do these trains. And I'm wondering if the way I have this set up is just like it's not enough production. Right? Like I don't have near enough production. Like, should I be doing, 6 assemblers for each thing so I know I never run out? Or do I do like 12 of the T1 stuff and then 10 of the next and then 8 of the next and then 6 of the next? I'm just not 100% sure how. I don't think I designed this super well because I didn't pay too much attention to the outputs, because it says it takes 12 and then I guess it stores 12, but it makes 8. So it's producing 8. So I don't know. I just kind of winged all this. I think on my next playthrough, I'll pay a bit more attention to the outputs and the inputs to make sure everything's being like super efficient. So we're not wasting too much stuff. And by the way, the vertical lifts are phenomenal. I was so happy when I got those. They are the best thing in the world in this game, and I love them dearly. Okay, so that's it. That's my first crack at Captain of Industry. This is an early access game, and if you like automation stuff, yeah, you're gonna love this game. This game is like, it's like crack cocaine. It's a straight sugar shot. It's I want to quit my job and just play this all day. Like I'm extremely addicted. Like I can't, I don't know how much I can stress saying this. I am utterly addicted to this game. I cannot step away, and it's killing me because I got stuff I need to do. I have to be responsible. This game makes me not responsible. That's how you know you've made a good game, when it turns the responsible into irresponsible people. Currently, I'm being irresponsible. I've done one thing today. One single thing today. This is how good your game is. So, I'll leave you guys with that. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, we'll see you guys in probably a future video of this, and definitely in 3.26 Path of Exile. So, I'll see you guys there. Be good. Take care of yourselves. God bless.